Hello there, it's a 13th century schizoid man back with another video, and today the topic is Halloween, which many of us love. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. So what is the reason for me to be walking around a church in England in the afternoon dressed in full 13th century kit? I'll explain. This weekend, as we all know about it, it's going to be Halloween. Now, I thought I'd make a video about Halloween, that particular topic, and I love Halloween, don't get me wrong. And here I am at the beautiful Church of Saint Denis. Now, rather than do what many other people do, is give like a top five or just a history of Halloween, I prefer to have it in a theme of the medievals, and what would they do in Halloween? Because we all know it's All Hallows Eve, but what is All Hallows Eve, and what does it mean for the medieval people, the medieval mind, in a day and age where people were pretty much obsessed with witchcraft and other oddities? How would this have fared? Well, for a start, it wasn't a heresy, it was celebrated, so we can scrub that one right off the list. Now, we can't have Halloween in historical context without mentioning Samhain, which is the old Irish roots that this most definitely turned up in. And as we know, it became Christianised as the years went by. Or as some people say, suddenly Christianised, but you know what I'm driving at. It's, but that's a pagan festival, and we're talking Christianity, so I won't be detailing in Samhain. If you want Samhain, there's many other videos. Everyone else talks about it. But me personally, I am not. The church did take a lot of things from the pagans, but it's not why we are here. We're here for the medieval purpose. After all, if we're going to really count the things that the church had taken from the pagans and borrowed, then we're going to be here all day, all week, all year. And if we're going to take things that those pagans took from other pagans, we're going to be here even longer. So I'm going to make it simple and just keep it to the medieval age. Primarily, it's a festival for the dead, but unlike nowadays, it's broken up into 3 different pieces. So, for instance, you have All Hallows Eve, All Hallows Day, and a third one, which is All Souls Day, which I'll get into later. If for many, that was the most important part. The Eve was a bit like Christmas Eve. You prepared for the All Hallows. And as for Hallows, what are Hallows? What is Halloween? Well, Halloween doesn't even turn up until the Robert Burns, when he mentions Halloween. He shortens the Hallowed Eve. So it hallowed comes from Halga, which is Old English, and it's basically like a wise man, like a holy man. Like the 3 wise men would be called like hallowed, hence you get hallowed ground, and other words like it, like halo. So it's already a very religious word. But either way, both were festivals of the dead, and it's where you get to greet your loved ones that have gone and passed. It's why I'm sitting here in a graveyard. Now, the medieval mind was obsessed with the dead. You had the Danse Macabre, you had constant skeletal reminders. People, the average person would have seen a skeleton or a dead body. So if you go down any major hanging tree, there would be hangings there. People were hung in public. They were spectacles. So seeing the dead was normal for the medieval mind. And it's like, for our modern mind, it's alien. But for the medieval mind, these things were the norm, not the exception. So having a whole day, 3 days, remember it's 3 days, before the whole festival is normal for these people. Would they have been dressing up? Most definitely. The medieval people loved a spectacle. They loved the whole pomp and circumstance of anything they did. So dressing up and getting right into it, you would have had like people on stilts, everything you'd imagine now, and then some. Imagine it more of American than the English versions. English version, a few people dress up as scary spooks and go around that way, but you wouldn't have really had it to scare, because people would have been respecting the dead. So it only became scary because the modern mind is with the unknown. So having spooks and scary things is just all skeletons and flesh just wigs us out. Whilst to the medieval mind it was normal. So they wouldn't have been scared of seeing a corpse. And there would have been bonfires. The fire was a good way to cleanse the soul in this day and age. So you would have had bonfires, you'd have had all that spectacle with it, everything that goes with it. There'd have been feasts. It's just imagine like a 3-day party, ending in the sombre lighting of candles. It's when we get to All Souls. Infant mortality was a plague in any period in history, but especially the medieval one. The average woman holding her dead child in her arms. Now, the Souls Day is a way to get in contact with them. They even baked cakes, a bit like hot cross bun. As in the way you look at it, more savoury. These are called soul cakes. So you can just imagine like one of these with a cross on the top. It's a nice reminder. People who lit candles. People used to have turnips and used to carve these turnips and place candles in them. This is where you get the jack-o'-lanterns. Of course, the pumpkin wasn't around yet. Well, it was around yet, but we hadn't discovered it yet. So we used to use huge turnips, and even the small ones. But some turnips nowadays you get down the supermarket aren't that big, so don't bother with them. So, and yeah, so that's pretty much that on the turnip part. So on the first day, you can imagine everything being set up. It's going to be a good one. People are getting in the spirit of things, a bit like Christmas. It's all your turnips are out. Everything's, all the pomp and spectacle is there. On this night, you'll have had people, like I said, having a general feast. They would have, in the towns, there would have been people going around dressing up, playing pranks on each other. That's also another part. It's just the medieval mind did like pranking. I'll tell you that now. Especially with the in April Fool's Day, which I've also got a video on. So you get into the mindset of the medieval mind. That's sort of another video to look at. And on the second day, you would have had Hallows Day. Now, so you can imagine again, this is more like a Christmas day. This is the day where it all happens. You'd have gone to the church. You would have had mass. You'd have done all the stuff you expected on these days. So it's another Saints' Day. It's although this is for all the saints, hence All Hallows. It's All Saints' Day. It's this isn't just for one saint. It is all of them, and so this would have moved you on to the night, and this is just the eve of Souls Day. So you can imagine the same thing happening again in the night. Now on the third day of the Trinity of this festival is Souls Day. Now here it's a very somber day. It's there's no pomp and circumstance on All Souls Day. So this is where you respect the dead. You talk to your loved ones, people who you would love to be back, and people who are no longer in your life. So it's a good. Respecting the dead is just pretty much what it's about. And there's not really much more I can add. That's Halloween in a nutshell. So there you have it. Another video. And if you do like this video, whack the like button. And there's always a subscribe button to ooh, what's going to come on next with it? So there we have that. And a quick, before I go, quick PS. I was like, the word spooky. Well, anyone who's Dutch would know spook's a ghost. And it just went on from there. So, bonus fact on me. Have a nice one. Over and out.